What's up, everybody? Today we're going to showcase exactly how I stack content filming in my home service business in one day that gives us usable content to be able to use for ads, organic posts, and social proof that we can use for the next month.
Content is king.
So the problem that a lot of people run into is content becomes so overwhelming for them to make in their business because they're trying to film videos every single day while doing the job. What we like to do instead is stack one day where we film a ton of content and get a ton of still images, long form shots, and everything else that we can then repurpose and put into ads all throughout the week, all throughout the month, and then also use for organic content as well. So here's an example of what we're doing today. Jack's out here installing the lights right now, and we have full customer permission to film, so there's no stress. You just ask them before you come out. And so now what we're doing is we come here with 3 things that we want to accomplish. The first thing is we want to have 5 to 6 ads that we've pre-planned out and scripted when we come out, so we know exactly what we need to get on the ad side. And then we usually come with like 3 to 4 examples of viral organic posts that we've seen work well in other businesses and other things that we've done across the board that we can then recreate in here. And then we'll have the content for the entire month. So on this job site, we've got Jack installing the jobs as we speak. And so what we like to do in this case is we're gonna get a shot where we're showing the entire installation on the house, and then we come back to this exact same property at night and then get a full video of the illuminated finished product, and then we'll be able to repurpose that content across the board. So the 3 things we like to do are incredibly simple, and you can take this concept and implement it in your home service or blue collar business as you try to make content for organic and ads as well. The first thing we do is we pre-plan out a bunch of pieces of content. The second focus is we really want to make sure that we showcase the before and after product. So we want to showcase the doing of the install, doing of the service, and then also showcase the finished product. So the customer gets the payoff of seeing in the content, whatever type of content you're making, the install, the job being done, and then the finished product at the end. And then the third thing, and this is where a lot of guys miss out on it because they're afraid to ask the customer to do something, is we like to get a customer testimonial of some of our best work. And so then on our ads and our organic content, it's not just us talking about how great we are, but it's the actual paying customer talking about how great their experience is, because that's what's gonna sell the best in ads. If you think about Alex Hormozy, he has a video that talks about the 4,000 different pieces of ad content that they analyzed in his portfolio companies, and they found that testimonials and proof of the 4,000 ads made up 40 of the top 50 best performing ads that they ran across their companies. And so knowing that, we wanna showcase videos and content that's not just us talking about how great we are, but the paying customers talking about how great we are. So you can do that with Google review screenshots embedded into short form content flashing on the screen, or bonus points, you can give the customer a discount on the job that you're filming content at to actually get them to come on camera and talk about their experience with you. So that's a huge emphasis for us in this business, because this business is a lot more expensive average ticket. And so that social proof is going to be a lot more impactful when we go to convince people to spend $4,000 to $10,000 on a product like this. So that's largely conceptual. This is exactly how you're gonna do it step by step. So when we talk about pre-planning ads, the most important thing that we wanna do is we wanna go and follow those multiple pages on Instagram or Facebook that are in your niche ideally, but in another market. Because guys, you can copy ads. There's probably not an original ad anywhere on the internet. Everyone is just making variations and copies of each other, but you don't wanna copy it word for word, you wanna draw inspiration. And so what you do is you go on Instagram and you follow, 4 or 5 of these pages, and then you can also go on the Facebook ad library. So just Google Facebook ad library, click it, and look for companies that are running ads. Facebook makes all ads public information for everyone to see. So if you wanted to see every ad that my business is running, you can go on the Facebook ad library, look up my business, and see every ad. And so what we do is we want to take 4, 5, 6 of those ads and screenshot them, screen record them, or bookmark them on our phones so we have them on site when we're filming. So for example, in this one, we saw an ad for a really popular garage door company where the guys were talking about how they created their system and with their mom in mind when they were creating their sales process and everything. And it just clearly is converting really well because they've been running it for so long. And so I saw that and was like, that's a really interesting style of ad and organic content that we can make and recreate in our own. What I didn't do is copy their script word for word. But what I did do was take a pretty good structure of what they were doing, took it, made it into my own words, and implemented it into our own business. And so we got on site and had 4 or 5 of those examples similar to that one and other ones that we had seen from other companies all over the country, but also stuff that we had done in our other businesses that we could recreate in some way. So if you have a plan when you go out and batch create, it's gonna be way better for you in the long term, because once you get on site, you're gonna get overwhelmed trying to be creative and think, and it's just not gonna work very well. So then the second part is when you're on site, you will not be able to get enough before and after videos and photos. It's super important to show the customers on your content and your ads the entire life cycle of the job from start to finish. That will build an incredible amount of subconscious trust with the customers. And so what you want to do is, even prior to doing your talking head, even prior to doing anything else, get a bunch of before videos. So, and you don't need fancy camera equipment. You can buy a $45 tripod on Amazon and a lapel mic on Amazon for like $50 and use your iPhone. But make sure you're filming it vertically, because that's how the ads are going to be served the most. So what you want to do is, like, for step 1, easy. If you're doing anything on a house, you want to put the tripod down in the same spot. And you want to take a before video and just pan over exactly where you're doing the job. And then remember where you were standing, remember where the tripod was, maybe mark the ground, and then make sure that when the job is finished, it doesn't matter what your trade is, you put the tripod in the same spot, and then you get the after shots as well. Because now you have a piece of B-roll style content that you can plug into all of your ads. So while you're talking, you talk for 10, 15 seconds about, hey, I'm Steve with Valley Premier Lighting, blah, 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 blah. We specialize in blah, 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 blah. And then in the middle of me talking, we just pan to the B-roll shot while my voiceover is still going, and it makes your ad that you're making with your iPhone actually look like a highly edited masterpiece, and you can just do it in CapCut in 2 minutes. And so the more before and after shots, both still image and video, the better, because you can plug that into all of your ads and videos going forward. And so I cannot emphasize that enough. Grab a ton of before and after shots of different angles, and then also grab shots of you or your crew actually doing the work. So if you see in a lot of our videos, you'll see videos of us screwing tracks into houses, all those different things. You want to showcase that you're an expert in your craft. That part's incredibly important, and so many people miss out on that. And then the third thing you want to do is you want to try to get social proofs and testimonials. The absolute S-tier version of getting social proof would be getting a customer to actually talk about you. It's a little bit harder to do that. I know that. It's a little bit harder to convince somebody to do that. But if you can, it's a piece of content that you'll use in your business forever. But if you can't do that, or you're not comfortable doing that, the next best thing is to embed the screenshots of the Google reviews you've gotten from that customer into the video. So when you're editing the video, if you have a 5-star from somebody, you can say in your video, your ad, or anything else, like, this is what Tina thought about our install. And then you embed the screenshot of that Google review right over your video. You could also take the still image befores, the still image afters, and then also embed, like in an Instagram carousel, for example. And then the third image in that carousel would be the screenshot of the review. So it's like before photo, you doing the work, the after photo or video, and then the Google review screenshot. So it's like the life cycle of the customer is inferred in that content. They asked us to come out. This is what it looked like before. This is us working on the job. This is what the job looks like after. And then here's what the customer said. It doesn't really take a lot to recreate that, and you can make a really compelling piece of content. And remember, this content is not just about getting organic reach if you're not running ads. You don't want to look at your view count. You don't want to look at all that. It's a factor, but it's not the only thing, because what's going to happen is people will start looking at your Instagram when they're about to buy from you. They'll start looking at your Facebook when they're about to buy from you, and they don't care about your followers. They don't care about reach. They care about trusting you. And so the more content you can put out like this in the form of ads and putting money behind it, or organic content that you can repurpose on your Google business page, your Facebook, your Instagram, all you're doing is building a big lookbook of trust for all of your customers. So you have to get this content, and you have to get it consistently, because this is what's going to set you apart from all the other crackheads in a pickup truck that are trying to do the same thing you're doing, but charge 1/3 of the price. So enough talking about it in concept. You guys have heard enough about that. Here's an example of one of our finished product ads that we've run for our temporary lighting business that converted incredibly well, both on the organic side and running as a paid ad as well. Check this out. What's up, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, and Arcadia homeowners? Are you gonna shimmy up to the top of that 35-foot palm yourself?
We don't think so.
My name is Steve, this is Jack, and we're the team behind Valley Christmas Lights. Jack is 6'8".
This is at least 2 of me. And by 2, I mean 20. We don't want you climbing that.
If you want us to come out to your home and you live in Arcadia, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, all you have to do is fill out this form below. We'll do a custom build out and a consultation on your specific property. We provide every single product, the temporary lights, we do the install, we maintain them for the year, and then we tear them down. There's a reason there's 100+ homes in just Arcadia and Paradise Valley that use us every single year. Join the club, fill out that form below or give us a call. The schedule's filling up fast. So if you're ever stumped on what to create and you haven't come prepared with a bunch of content, just remember there's really 3 things that you should have in all of your organic content and even your ads that can pretty much give you an unlimited amount of resources to actually use in content. The first thing you want to do is you want to show social proof. Social proof is really anything from you installing something on a house, you doing a home service of any kind, and then showing you in the act of what you're doing. The second thing you want to do is you want to educate in content. Educating can be anything. So if you're a window cleaning company, you could sit in the back of your van and talk about your squeegee, talk about anything else, the chemicals you use, whatever else, any sort of education. And the third thing you need to do is just entertain. So think about all of these viral videos you see of window cleaners that get 1 million views, and all they're doing is just creating a viral video of themselves scrubbing suds off of a window with a squeegee with a cool song in the background. So if you can just focus on 1 or 2 of those 3 things, you can have an unlimited amount of content ideas. So to wrap it up, all you want to do is really focus on social proof, any sort of testimonials, education, entertain, and then don't overthink it. Stack all of your content in one day instead of trying to find time every single day to do this. I'm clearly a nerd about this stuff. I love talking about it. I live, sleep, and dream all home service and content and things around it. If you guys want a little bit more hands-on help, and you can see all of the systems I use in both of my businesses. The Home Service Accelerator is a program where we actually help you implement all of the concepts I'm doing in both of my home service businesses. The stuff that helped me get one of my businesses to $800,000 every Christmas season in 2 months. And then my junk removal business that we scaled to low 6 figures as well. Click the book a call link in the bottom of this description and you can talk to our team to see if we can implement things that'll help you in your business get the same result that we've gotten in ours.